Hey y'all, I just want to come up here and I want to motivate y'all. I'm so excited. I haven't been in the best place in these past couple days, but I've been getting myself to that better place because I had to really realize that I am the person who controls how I feel, who controls how I take in things. I control my life. And I think that there's not a lot of people who have come to that realization that they control their life and just putting their life in God's hands. And oh my God, like if you watch my last video, it was kind of like such bad quality. But if you watch my last video, the milky nails are eating. But if you watch my last video, right, I was just talking about, dang, what was I talking about? I can't remember right now. Back into the memory. What was I saying? Oh, I had mentioned about how I was on Reddit. You know how sometimes you just go ask a question on Reddit, and the question was, how do you know like when you get an answer from God? And it was like, you gotta move first. So if you go in one direction, gotta tell you don't go in that direction, or go in this direction, or go in another direction. And I love that. Like, I love how God will really real life speak to you. You're gonna be sitting here thinking you crazy, but whole time God is speaking to you, right? And I'm like, bro, so you are the controller of your own life. You control your life. God is like, you can say God controls your life. You could let Jesus take the wheel, but I'm just talking about from sometimes in life we wake up and we like, I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And it's like, you have the control over that, right? You know you have the control over that. Like, you know the power that you have. And it's like, we're so powerful in this world. And it's like, we don't even know it though. That be the problem. Like, the problem is the fact that we don't know how powerful we actually are. Like, we're such powerful beings. Like, I'm gonna do a video on it. This girl was talking about the spiritual world and how African and Caribbean people are more tapped into the spiritual world than like black Americans are. And it was just talking about it from a Christian perspective. And I'm like, yo, the spiritual world is so real. And I remember there was this pastor that I was having a conversation with, and he was like, this, I was either having a conversation or he was preaching, but he was like, the spiritual realm is way ahead of us. The spiritual realm is already there 10 times before we even get there. And a lot of these people, like a lot of these books that I be reading, like it's literally the Bible reincarnated, like literally. Like everything I read about people who are being successful, people who are making lives for themselves, like literally the blueprint is they may say in so many words, have the faith of a mustard seed. They may say so many things that literally are biblical. Like The Secret, literally, it's like the Bible, basically. It's basically faith without works is dead. It's basically like, have faith, believe in yourself. Like everybody that is successful and in a certain place, they believe in their self. Like, look at Kanye West. Kanye West, like, he was arrogant about it. Like, he believed in himself. Like, he really believed that he could be that person. And it's like, even on the days where you feeling like down and you feel like, nah, I really can't do this. Nah, this is really too risky. Like, you gotta believe in yourself. Nobody gonna do it for you. You really have to believe in who you are and believe that you're that person that you always wanted to be. Or else you're never gonna get to that person. And you're not gonna get to that person by being the same person that you was before. You have to change. Like, you have to totally reinvent and become this whole new character. And I'm telling you, watch my other video because I'm like, these are some gems. Like, these are some serious gems. Like, I'm looking at this stuff, I'm like, this is some gems. You hear me? Like, when I tell you, I got so many gems in that video. Like, those 2 videos. I was watching a video on Miles Monroe about vision, and the other one, God help me with his name, Darius Daniels. Like, I was just like, bro, I'm telling you, it's something different about 2025. And it's like, either you gonna catch it or you not. Like, I can't explain it, but either you gonna catch it or you're not. We always start out motivated in the beginning of the year, and then later towards the end of the year we get a little bit down. But we have the power to change. We're gonna get down, but it's all about how you win in the end, bro. Like, I'll never forget. Let me tell y'all a story about me. I never forget that I wanted to be a model, like, for my college. If you ever looked up, like, you know when they be modeling, like, for HBCUs? So we had a modeling team, and I wanted to be a part of that modeling team so bad. And this is something that I recognize about myself. And I think it was my freshman year. It was either not my freshman year. I think it was my sophomore year, my junior year, and I think my super senior year. I didn't do my senior year. I did my super senior year. No, it was my senior year. So my sophomore year, my junior year, and my senior year. And I didn't make it my sophomore year. I didn't make it my junior year. But I was like, I'm going to try again. And I didn't make it my senior year. And I was like, after that, my super senior year, I was like, super senior, nah, like, I'm not doing it again. But it's just the simple fact that, like, I didn't give up. I realized in my life, like, that I got a trait about me that I don't like to give up. Like, I'm not a type of person that give up. I keep going to the end. And if that don't result in anything, all right, okay, so I'm pivoting. Like, now I'm pivoting. Like, and I can't explain it, but in the end, and not to talk about anybody, not to say that they didn't end up in magazines or whatever, but in the end, I'm like, you might didn't walk down a runway, but, well, I did end up walking down the runway for, like, a friend, but you might didn't get into that modeling thing, but you got in Rolling Stone magazine, though. Let me put the article right here. Yeah. You got into Rolling Stone magazine, though. You pivoted. And you ain't give up. 10 years I was trying to, like, go at it with my YouTube. Couldn't be consistent. And when I came over on this channel, I was doing really good. I was being consistent, but then I stopped. But then when TikTok came out, I'm like, I could be consistent. I was working from home. And I was being super consistent, and that's how I ended up in Rolling Stones. And I sit here, and sometimes we don't congratulate ourselves on the small wins. I'm happy for my 30,000 followers. I don't care what nobody say. I know it's easy to get views on TikTok, but I feel like, yes, it's easy to get views on TikTok, but I also feel like I had, like, a group, you know, like a group of girls. Like, when I was being consistent up there, like, I remember people would tag me, like, oh, do this. Oh, you're going to review this. I was waiting for your review. Like, it just felt so good that it's like I really could have give up. But years later, I think I want to say, like, maybe 8 years later, I'm seeing something. You know what I mean? Because I never gave up. And boom, that's how I end up in Rolling Stone magazine. Like, it's still a fashion, well, it's not really a fashion magazine, but, you know, it's a magazine. It's a well-known magazine. And although the whole article isn't about me, it's just the fact that my name is in there. Like, my name is in a Rolling Stone magazine. I used to love magazines, y'all. I used to love 17 magazine. And I remember when she reached out to me about the article, and I thought it was fake. I was like, can you give me a moment to think about it? I didn't hop on it. I really sat and I thought about it, and I looked up her name in the article she had written. And she do a lot of articles on, like, TikTokers and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. She never sent me the article when it was done. So a couple months later, I said, well, let me research the article. And I researched her name and found the article, and she actually published it. And I was like, yo. And it was such a good article. Like, let me read some of the article. All right, I don't like saying my full name on the internet, so if y'all could just look at the article and see my full name. But it says, on TikTok, there's a sweeping admiration for the video vixen styles of the early 2000s. The hashtag video vixens currently sits at 5.8 million views on the platform. Chardell T, who creates video content under the name The Modern Diva, recalls the video vixens of her adolescence and how it connects with an attitude of nostalgia. Online, it reminds you of your childhood. Nothing beats the excitement of coming home from school to watch Rap City or 106 in Park and catch up on your favorite video vixens. She tells Rolling Stone. She tells Rolling Stone, baby. She tells Rolling Stone. Ugh. Reading this article, it's like I never give myself props or anything. Now I'm about to cry. I don't care. Y'all know I cry on camera. I don't care. Like, y'all could judge me. I'm gonna try not to cry, but yo, like, you ever see something, you be like, wow, like, just telling little me, you know? Like, when I was like 16, I used to love 17 magazine. Like, I loved 17 magazine. So it was such a big deal for me to have this small article, and it meant so much. I was they had interviewed a couple other people on TikTok too. But even when I posted it, I was like, oh, it's not really that big of a deal. But it was just like my Instagram was going crazy. Like, people was like DMing me. One of my really good people's, like, we went to school together. He stayed consistent. He is a consistent. He don't stop. He has not stopped since I've known him. He was like, yo, you got up, you grinded. Like, I love when people like just get up and get to it. And he has like TikTok took off for like both of us, because he had like, well, mine only 30,000, but he has like 300,000 followers. A lot of his beats and stuff be going crazy, so big ups to him. June Jizzle, if you guys want to follow him. But he was like, yo, you gotta put for your bud, like, you really went after that junk. Like, I'm like, yo, I really been like going sick. Like, I really been grinding. Like, I really been posting, because sometimes you post your videos and you be like, it's nothing. But to end up on Rolling Stones, like, can we read that again? It literally says, to catch up, wait, where was that? It reminds you of your childhood. Nothing beats the excitement of coming home from school to watch Rap City or 106 in Park and catch your favorite video vixen on the TV. Something like that said. She tells Rolling Stone. We didn't have social media, so catching up your favorite video or video premiere was exclusive. And it was the video vixens who truly, I don't know what else I said, because I got the other thing in the way. The Y2K style that's currently making a comeback among Gen Z content creators. Diamond Taylor emphasized, then they interviewed some other people too. But baby, that just spoke to me. Whenever like I want to give up, I think about that moment right there. Like, I think about the times I'm like, I was like, you might not be where you want to be. And this message is to y'all too. Stop playing. You may not be where you want to be, but know that you can get there. You have the power to get there. And don't ever give up. Like, if you've never given up, you already got the traits already. Like, I remember some of my friends like, girl, they was like, where's she at? They was like, girl, you was at them tryouts, wasn't you? Yep, I was. Still didn't make it. But it was like, it's the fact that it's like, all these fails, I still went. Like, I don't give up. And that's the makings of a winner. Like, when you don't give up, when you keep fighting, when you sit there and you can't figure it out, but you like, okay, if I don't figure this out, I'm gonna figure that out. And if I don't figure this out, I'm gonna figure it out. That's the makings of a winner. But the devil wanna take that away from you. So he takes away your consistency. He makes you lazy. He does these things so that you cannot progress and get to what God really has for you. Because a lot of us have it in us. And whenever I think about, I'm gonna give up, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that, I think about, hold up, but it already worked for me. Already. You can't listen to people. You can't listen to these people out here. You gotta put the noise out. People not they're not here. They're not elevated. They say that they believe, but they really don't believe. They believe in the small things. They believe in the things that they can see. I believe in the things that I cannot see. I never been a I could see it type of girl. Like, no, I can't see it, but I feel it. I can't see myself in the car that I always wanted, but I feel it. It's like I feel the wheel. Like I feel it. Like I can't even explain it. Like I just feel it. And that's how you have to be. In the back of my mind, always wanted to be in a magazine. Always wanted to be in a magazine article. I loved 17 magazine. I used to buy one. Had my mom, actually, I had no job, buy me one every single month. But it was a little side of me. I was like, how would I get in a magazine? But I'm in there. 16-year-old me, you're in there. Okay. So that just felt good. Like whenever I think about it, I don't care that it's a little article. Like that article means so much to me. And my friend was like, get that printed out. I'm like, no, I'm doing too much. Nah, I gotta get that junk printed. Cause I gotta look at that on the days where I'm like, but yeah, y'all, you could do it. Anybody could be whoever they want to be in this world. We got this. And even if you feel like, sometimes we feel like it's a small win, but it's a big win. Okay, and that right there was a big win. I said, hold up. I said, girl, Tupac has been on the cover of Rolling Stone. I think that article was only for online. I don't think it was an article that was able to be printed. I think that was an online article only, but yeah. So I will see you guys in my next video. If you guys love motivation content, okay, if you guys like Christian content, because I am Christian, I don't even want to say I'm on my journey. I'm a Christian who be making mistakes, and I just want to say that because y'all probably like judge me or whatever. And Hot Topics, this is the channel for you, so you might want to subscribe because we going crazy, like we going up, okay? And I will see you guys in my next video.